I don't think I remember a time when I found the news so depressing and worrying. The news in the media is mostly bad at the best of times. We get used to it. But lately, I feel we've been having something of an overdose of it. The incidence of the coronavirus is fortunately decreasing here in the UK, but it's still with us, and in many parts of the world it's raging as fiercely as ever. And as the rules here in this country are being relaxed, there are disturbing accounts of people going too far, gathering together in huge groups without respecting safe distancing and putting themselves in danger and other people in danger as well. Many people are apprehensive and think we're coming out of the lockdown too soon. Others are impatient or worried about their jobs. We hear about companies collapsing and thousands becoming unemployed. It's a worrying situation all round. On top of this is the outbreak of anger all over the world as racism rears its ugly head again. And we white people in particular are being challenged to think about our privilege and about our prejudice, which is often unconscious but still has an impact, a serious impact on other people. And this whole business has led to some very ugly, out-and-out racist reactions. And now we have the disturbing news about Hong Kong and the worrying conflict with China and the possibilities of war. I feel personally concerned about this one because I have many happy memories of Hong Kong and many good friends who live there, and I'm concerned about them. And lurking behind all these are the problems that are always there, and so they don't hit the headlines. Whether they're mentioned or not, they're always with us. The poverty that exists in so many parts of the world where people don't have a chance of food to sustain them and a reasonable standard of living and education in the future. The ever-present danger of nuclear weapons, and of course the threats to the environment, the misuse of the environment that's a threat to the whole of human life. And as we are bombarded with all this bad news, it's easy to imagine civilized society breaking down and the world becoming a very dark and bleak place. It's a great temptation to give up in despair or to switch off and not want to know. If you are personally affected by any of these issues, the news will be much more disturbing to you than it is to me, and I have no right to complain. But I suspect that most of you who are listening to this are in the same kind of situation as I am. We're alive, we are safe and reasonably well, we have a home, we have a family and friends, we have enough money to live on. We may have worries and fears, but at this moment we're okay. No matter how bad the news, we need not despair, and more than that, we must not despair. We don't have the right to wallow in the luxury of despair when others are in far greater need. For us, this is not a time for giving up. It's a time of opportunity. It's a time to ask, what can I do? What can we do to at least make this world a kinder and better place? There's a lovely story in the Bible about a time when Jesus was surrounded by a vast crowd of hungry people. The disciples wanted to send them away, but Jesus asked a question so simple that it must have seemed a joke at the time. How much bread have you got? And the answer that came was even more of a joke. There's a boy here who has 5 barley loaves and 2 fish. And then Jesus took that little offering, thanked God for it, and shared it. All the people ate their fill, and there was lots left over. However we interpret that story, and it is a puzzling one, it's a great story of faith and hope. And in the world today, faith and hope, and of course love, may be all we have, but we do have them. So let's grasp them and share them.